it's a strange starting point, but the film, I like that very much because it's like in between your genre period and your more tourist essay film period, if I may say that. It's like, to me, it's a kind of missing link in between because it's so beautifully chaotic in the creative way.
We're talking about Tommaso or Nero's?
Nero's Hotel. But we can switch to
whatever you want to do.
Okay. Let me start.
Can everybody understand me? I mean, can you hear me? Yeah. You can hear me, okay. My English is not too good. I live in Italy, and I'm like, seriously trying to learn Italian. And my Italian is not getting better, but my English is getting worse. That's what going to school is doing for me. So, okay, let's talk about Nero's Hotel.
Let's talk about Italy for a second. Because Tommaso was screened here, and I think one of the key influences in your work, if I'm not wrong, is Italian cinema. For example, Pasolini, of course, and early Bertolucci. I think the Conformist is one of the films that inspired you. And I see your work becoming more and more Italian in the past.
I am Italian, so my family is Italian. I was an Italian-American, actually. But so who's seen Tommaso? Not bad. That's not bad. So that's a good start. But okay, Pasolini. Anybody seen Pasolini? All right. Okay, but you guys know who I am, right? So the Conformist. He's talking about the Conformist vis-a-vis Pasolini. When I was a young film student, I started making films when I was 16 years old. And by the time I was in film school, at like 19, I think it was, maybe 20, I was around 20, I was like a star. I was a legend in my own mind. You know what I mean? I was a brilliant director in my own mind. At the film school I was at, I couldn't learn from any of the teachers. There were some really good teachers, but I turned them all off. And I didn't care about any of the other people in the film school other than those who would, work for me, shoot or edit or whatever. So, and one day I went to New York, we went down to the city. I went by myself and I saw 2 films by 2 directors I didn't know, but somebody told me I should see these movies. And at 12 o'clock, the first show was on a Sunday. Hey, come on, sit down. Let this woman in.
We have a nice seat here.
She's fine. Oh, wait, there's another person. Here, come on.
Come on, here's a nice seat.
She's fine. Okay, everybody comfortable? Okay, where was I? Oh, I'm driving to New York City in the rain. This great film director I was. And I saw 2 films. You listen to you.
Sorry, I was thinking. You could rearrange the camera if you like. Sorry for that.
Okay, so I'm driving to New York in the rain.
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to see 2 movies. At 12 o'clock, I saw Mean Streets by Scorsese, who I didn't even know who Marty Scorsese was. And I walked out of Mean Streets and walked immediately into The Conformist by Bernardo Bertolucci. And then I drove home. And I wasn't quite the genius director I thought it was after seeing those 2 movies. It was like, fuck. How do you even do that? Where do you begin to do that? It's like, wow, that was like, I had my guys who I thought were really good actors, but obviously against Keitel and Chignon, forget it, Dominique Sanda. It was like, wow. I said, that is like, that's those movies. That's how, that's the bar. The bar ain't here, the bar's there, So.
You made a film recently about that.
So 50 years later, I made Pasolini, but I wasn't trying to make. We're always remaking a Conformist.
But in the recent film, The Projectionist, you told the story about your initiation into film in that period. And I think it was a very important kid in film history because it was new Hollywood cinema, was